Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a roadmap that's designed to help you take tangible, real-world control of your personal finances and build way better money habits for 2026. There's often this incredibly frustrating gap between making money and, well, actually keeping it. The materials we're looking at today offer a totally fascinating framework for bridging that exact gap. If you've ever felt like you're working super hard but the numbers just aren't adding up at the end of the month, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break down how to map out a step-by-step strategy for your money, and we're going to do it entirely stress-free.
So, where exactly does your money go every month? It's a beautifully simple question, but honestly, if you're like most people, trying to find the exact answer is a bit like solving a mystery. We've all hit that point, right? Usually around the 25th of the month, where we start genuinely wondering if our bank account has some kind of secret leak. You work incredibly hard, you earn a solid income, yet saving just feels impossible. Why does this happen? Well, ultimately, it comes down to lacking a simple, functional budgeting system. We pour all our energy into earning the income, but we completely skip building the machinery to manage it. But as you'll see today, setting up that machinery doesn't have to be a headache at all.
Okay, let's dive into this and look at the absolute foundation of a working system. I want you to think of your finances kind of like a giant engine. Step one is measuring the inflow valve, which means tracking your income. And by this, I mean writing down literally every single source of money you receive each month. We're talking the main paycheck for sure, but also the side hustle, any dividends, or even that $20 you made selling an old lamp online. Documenting everything bypasses our mental filters and gives you a crystal clear baseline. Then we look at the outflow valve, listing your expenses. You have to know exactly where that money is flowing once it hits your account. You simply cannot manage what you don't measure. Getting both of these valves mapped out on paper establishes the true baseline for your financial health. Now, breaking down that outflow valve requires looking at concrete categories, things like housing, groceries, transportation, utilities, subscriptions, insurance, and just your regular everyday payments. I know it might sound kind of basic to list these out, but trust me, this is exactly where the magic happens. Categorizing isn't just about record keeping. It's honestly an active treasure hunt for savings. When you map out these specific outflows, you start uncovering things like, those zombie subscriptions you haven't used in 6 months, or you suddenly realize that your grocery spending has quietly doubled because of lifestyle creep. Spotting these invisible leaks is the very first key to unlocking your savings potential. But here is where so many of us completely stumble. The absolute biggest mistake in personal finance is relying on mental accounting, basically trying to keep the entire plan in your head. Human memory is notoriously, dangerously optimistic when it comes to spending. We think we can remember when that utility bill is due, or we convince ourselves we only spent, $50 on dining out last week. Actually, let's be real, it was probably closer to 150. The smart solution is taking the plan out of your head and committing it to paper. Writing things down offloads all that cognitive fatigue and forces absolute honesty. When a plan is written down, it becomes real. And that visibility is what empowers much smarter, more informed decisions. Translating that honesty into action means using specific tools, like dedicated financial trackers. Consider a bill payment tracker. Beyond just avoiding late fees by keeping your due dates in one centralized place, it eliminates that low-grade, nagging anxiety of wondering if you forgot to pay something. Then there's the savings tracker. If you're pushing toward a goal, physically coloring in or checking off your progress each month provides this massive dopamine hit that keeps you so incredibly motivated. And for anyone tackling loans or credit card balances, a debt payoff tracker isn't just about the math. It allows you to visibly shrink that balance and feel the very real relief of celebrating each milestone as you knock it down. It's a total game changer.
This need for dynamic tracking explains a major shift we're seeing toward the power of printable budget planners. It's all about flexibility. Think about those restrictive, pre-bound planners for a second, the expensive ones that literally make you feel guilty if you skip a week or accidentally mess up a page. With a printable modular system, if you make a mistake, you just print a fresh page, no big deal. You can customize your entire setup to fit how your unique brain works, rather than forcing yourself to adapt to a rigid book. It keeps everything organized in one highly accessible place that evolves right alongside your life. But getting your finances in order usually reveals a deeper, more profound truth. Your money is intimately tied to literally every other part of your life. How you eat, how you travel, how you run a business or your household, it all intersects with your budget. Which brings us to a massive, incredibly significant number, 140. This number represents a holistic approach to getting your entire life organized, going way, way beyond just the basic financial tools.
The framework we're exploring includes an expansive bundle of over 140 printable planners designed to manage all these intersecting areas. It's the whole shebang.
It includes daily and weekly schedules, monthly calendars, and goal planners. It extends right into lifestyle management with habit trackers, meal planners, and fitness logs. It even covers professional and household needs with business, student, teacher, home, and travel planners. The core argument here is pure efficiency. Rather than juggling dozens of separate notebooks and random apps for different aspects of your routine, centralizing your organization into one comprehensive operating system prevents burnout and keeps your finances perfectly aligned with your daily lifestyle. So, I've got to ask, are you ready to finally take control in 2026? We've explored just how simple a written system can be and the huge variety of tools available to create a unified operating system for your life. If you're ready to stop keeping things in your head and want to start organizing your finances, definitely check out the link in the description to explore this bundle. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might want to elevate their money management. Ultimately, it all comes down to this. Are you ready to stop letting your money dictate your choices and start giving every single dollar a job? The blueprint is right there. The only question left is, what will you build with it in 2026?